Hi everyone, I'm Will, and today we are in the BMW M8 once again for week 3 of the iRacing BMW 12.0 series. This week we are at Silverstone. It's going to be quite a change after week 1 being at Summit Point and week 2 at Belle Isle, both very small tracks with little room for error. Today we're at Silverstone, a full Formula 1 Grand Prix circuit. As you can see the pace car going off to the right there, and we're getting ready to get underway as we come through these last few corners. Starting in 13th today, a decent qualifying session where the number 13 ranked driver, so the iRating prediction system worked out well there, starting exactly where they thought we would. And we are underway now, coming across the start-finish line. Decent start, could have done better. Person started next to us in 12th, got quite a bit of a run on us, but we're going to have a good line through turn 1. We're going to be getting past Clement Bayonet, hopefully, into this right-hander here. Let's see. Still side by side. He gets in front of us. We're going to have the inside again. And we get by there. So after the first couple of corners, we have moved up one spot into 12th with Bayonet behind us. Oh, there's some smoke there. We've lost somebody. Max Lindler has lost it coming out of the left-hander. Now we are trying to catch up to Diego Ortiz Diaz in front of us in the number 12 car. Luckily here at Silverstone, like I said, there's plenty of room for error. It's a very wide track. Oh, but speaking of errors, there's one there, and we have lost Adam Banfield, so that's another position. Should be up 2 positions already in lap 1. Looks like we're seeing somebody else moving back here. Tobias, who was in 6th, looks like he's now going to be just in front of the number 12 car. Through these corners here, it's very important to hit the apex as best possible. You can get way over the curb onto that green on the side. And we are now trying to chase down Nick here in the number 19 car on this long stretch under the Johnny Walker Bridge. So a pretty solid first lap. No major gains, no major losses either. We're going to be higher up to where we started just from the fact of everyone else making mistakes and us being able to get by. This is the 12.0 series. Oh no, we've locked up the brakes there. We're going to lose a couple positions. Looks like we're going to lose 3 positions, so everything we just gained is gone. I think that's going to put us back into 13th. We'll see as we cross the start-finish line here. And indeed, we are in 13th, so same place we started. So the gains we made on lap 1 were all gone as soon as we locked up the brakes there at the end of the lap. But that's okay. We're chasing down Mark Humble here in the number 18 for 11th place. See if we can catch up to him any. He's going to take a wide exit through there. We're going to have a little bit of oversteer. Traction control is going to kick in and take away some of our throttle. So he's going to have a better exit than we do. About a half second behind Mark and about a half second in front of Attila behind. We're coming into this long left-hander, taking that late apex, hopefully. Getting on the curb. No, not quite getting on the curb, but somebody has lost it back there. It looks like Robin has lost it from 4th place, so we have moved up 1 spot on the second lap here. These 12-minute races are very short, especially when you're Silverstone, which has about a 2-minute lap. So only 6 laps are going to be completed in this race, which is an extremely short race, especially for a track like Silverstone. But now we're right on the back bumper of Mark as he goes wide, and we're going to get past him. Looks like Attila may be getting past him as well. They're going to be side by side. Make sure, once again, to hit all of the apexes in here. We're going to be down to 3rd for the left-hander and then down to 2nd for the right. This is where it's important to get on the throttle as early as possible and get that speed down the long straight. It looks like we've done a decent job in that as we're moving away from Attila behind us, who has gotten just barely in front of Mark, and now we are trying to catch up to the number 15 of Yannick Mettler. About a second and a half up to him. So it looks like we're going to be running in possibly 11th once this lap's over. And what is happening there? Nick has had to slow down suddenly, and he's gone. He must have had a slowdown penalty for cutting a quarter somewhere back in there. That's the only thing I can think of. Didn't see any smoke or any reason to suspect that he would have an engine failure. So crossing the line there, we are up into 9th place, up into the top 10 now. with 2 laps completed, starting in 13th, so not a bad first couple of laps. You see some dirt flying through the air there where everyone's cutting that first corner. You can cut it quite a bit without getting any kind of off-track or slowdown penalty. Good on the apex through there. We are catching up to Yannick quite well. He's about 0.3 of a second in front of us. And we've got almost a full second to mark behind. And we're going to continue to move farther away from Mark as he had a bad exit, so he's now about a full 1.5 seconds behind us. And we're only 0.2 behind Yannick. Let's see if we can catch him and get by. In 9th right now, trying to move up to 8th. He's going to get on the throttle quicker than we do. And he's going to move up right now, so he's safe for the moment. And Mark is about a second behind now. But it leaves plenty of room. We're not too worried about him now. He's 1.4 seconds, so we're not too worried about him. We're trying to catch up to Yannick here. 0.4 of a second. We're closing in, had a better exit through there. It's going to be important to see how we do through these corners. Taking all of the curb there, down into 3rd, on the curb again, down in 2nd for the right-hander. On throttle as early as possible. We're going to be right behind him still. 0.3 of a second. Try and stay behind. You're this close. We're going to stick our nose out there, see if we can get past. And really, he could have shut the door on us, but he gave us room, and we're going to be past Yannick Mettler up into 8th place now. But he is still right behind us as we get into the last few corners of lap 3 here. 6 minutes through the race, and what is that? We've got cars off the track. We've got Amit, who was in 4th, off the track. Looked like there was another one as well. So we are up into 6th place now after those other cars were off track. And we move on to lap 4. We've got about 0.5 second on Amit behind, who was one of the cars. I believe he was the one who was in 4th place. So he's going to be faster than us. And oh no, there it is. Locking up the brakes, causing us to understeer. We've still got the place right now, but it's going to be a bad exit out of this corner. He's probably going to have a run on us as we come down this straight. 0.3 of a second right behind us now. 0.2. He's moving up. We're going to try to hold the inside, keep him from doing that, but he's going to go to the inside anyway. He's still later on the brakes than us. We give him the room, and Ahmed is back in front, locked up a little bit there, but he was still able to get through safely. Now Yannick is right behind us, 0.3 of a second, as he has Max Lindler right behind him, or Maxis, who went off very early in the race, so he's probably one of the faster cars to have already worked his way back up here. Trying to catch back up to Amit, 0.3 of a second. Going to take as much curb as we can through there. Once again, this is where a lot of speed is won or lost. See how we can do through here. He's a little quicker than us so far, 0.5 second ahead, but it's going to be all down to how quickly we can get on the throttle here. And it looks like he may have had a better exit again. We'll find out as we see the relative on the bottom right hand of the screen, staying about a 0.5 second in front of us, so not much difference there, but we're not gaining or losing any position. Yannick's a full second behind now. About 8 minutes now into the 12-minute race. We're about to finish lap 4 of 6. We're going to be in 7th place now. So see if we can hold this position and have a good top 10 to go home with after starting in 13th and being one of the lower ranked drivers on the grid. So it could have taken a lot more curb there. You could hear the tire skipping over the pavement through there. So it could have been a lot quicker. Not quite this time. We are catching Ahmed a bit. He's taking a weird line through there, trying to look for a late apex. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or if that was he understeered, waited too late to get on the brakes. I'm not sure. But we had to slow down to let him do that. So now he's got almost a full second, 0.8 on us now, even though we were right behind him. Understeering through there, missing the apex by a mile. Max Lindler is now only 0.2 behind us. He is right on top of us, looking for a way to get by. See, he's using every bit of the track he can. He's going to come down the inside here in a second, it looks like. Is he going to be able to make the pass? He's passed us. We've got a better exit, though. We get that spot back. 0.2 of a second to Max ahead. Quicker on the brakes than he is, so he's going to move a little farther ahead. Rather be quicker on the brakes and let him move farther ahead than to wait too late and end up in that rear bumper and destroy both of our races. So we're going to be down into 8th place now, it looks like. And you see me slowing down because we got a slowdown penalty back there. Let's go back and take a look at when that slowdown penalty happened. Now it's guaranteed it's going to be on this right-hander at the very end here. We had a good run on Max. Yeah, too much. Took all 4 wheels off of the track onto the curb there. So that's where our slowdown penalty is going to come from. And that's why I'm letting off the gas here. Usually ends up to be about a 2-second penalty, which is a lot of time, especially on a track like this. And if you don't take it quickly, then you end up with a black flag and have to go into the pits to serve a stop-go penalty or a 45-second penalty, whatever it decides is necessary. So now Nick is going to get past us as well when we serve that penalty. He's a little too hard on the brakes, locks him up. So hopefully we can get that spot back. He was in 10th. Now he's going to be up to 8th, and we're going to be in 9th. I'm sorry, we're going to be in 10th, and he's in 9th. We don't have to worry about anyone behind. We've got Oteo behind a full 3.5 seconds as we start the final lap here. 10.5 minutes into the 12-minute race. Nick's 1 second ahead. Let's see if we can get that spot back from him. It's not going to happen like that. Understeering through the right-hander. We need a better exit. Get on the curb. Get on the throttle as early as possible. That's what we need. Make sure we're hitting all of our marks. 1.5 seconds to Nick ahead now. That's going to be a full 2 seconds to him by the time we get to this corner. So he had a better exit than us there. We're going to try to make sure to hit all of our marks and catch up to him. He's locking up the brakes, though. Every time he does that, he's losing time. Losing time to us, and we're going to have a chance to move back ahead of him. About halfway through the lap now. Lap 6 of 6 at Silverstone for the BMW 12.0 series here on iRacing. Trying to use every bit of the track without getting off track. But 2 seconds this far into the last lap. Chances are we're going to finish in 10th. Don't think we're going to be able to improve on our current time. But anything can happen. We go through these last few corners coming down this long straight now. 2.5 seconds of Nick and 4 seconds to Tobias behind us. And you can see him with the whole group back there, so he's got his own problems. All right, so coming through the last few corners here. What's happened to Daniel up here? Something's happened. Wait, look at this. Nick, who was ahead of us, is showing that he didn't cross the line. And it's showing that we finished in 9th after we finished the last lap here. Let's take a look at that replay and see what happened. All right, so now we're looking at Nick's roof cam here, getting ready to cross the line. And for one reason or another, it did not count that as finishing his last lap. I'm not sure what happened. This is the second time I've seen this at Silverstone. I saw it earlier in the week where I couldn't figure out why I had scored a podium, but I did, and I think it's that, as we see people going crazy at the end of the race there, I believe what happens is just that if you have a penalty you haven't served or you don't cross the line properly, it doesn't count that as finishing the race. So we'll take it, though, and we're going to move up into 9th place for the finish. And, you know, I feel bad for him, but I guess he's going to end up being on the back of the grid by that standard. But that's going to be the end of the race. I appreciate everyone for watching, and I'll have something up for next week as well. Feel free to leave a comment. Please subscribe, give a thumbs up, all that good stuff. See you next time.